Hey, it's Bob Harris here, and I've got a giant surprise for you. This week we are going to learn an unreleased Paul McCartney song. Now, how special is that? Where are you going to find anything like this? Well, believe it or not, and I'll tell you the whole story after I play the song for you. Now, if you've been taking the Quick Tips lesson series, and there was 5 of them, if you missed that, go up here. Click on there, take those lessons, because you're going to notice that everybody that's taken those lessons so far, when I go to play this song, you're going to say, oh, I know that already. I know this. I've taken these lessons. That's what we've been working our way up to. So let me play you the song first, and then I'll tell you a little bit about the history of how I came about finding this song. Okay, so here we go with the song. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it would probably be very helpful if you just, after you download the PDF, the PDF sheet music, to go ahead to print that out so that you could look at this video and look at the sheet music at the same time. We're just going to go from one measure to the next, and I'm just going to show you each measure. All right? So let's start with measure number 1. We have the A7 chord. You could see at the top of the page it says the A7 chord in that measure, and then underneath the notes it has the tablature, which I'm hoping that you guys went ahead and learned how to do that. I featured that in Let's Play Guitars Together. That was right off of Fingerpicking for Beginners. So if you've been following with me over the course of time, you should have some familiarity with being able to understand tablature. There is, if you don't understand tablature and you need to learn it, just leave a comment below that you'd like to learn tablature. I'll send you something, okay? But for right now, I'm just assuming that you know all these things and you have kind of a grasp upon the sheet music, okay? This is going to be very easy. Let's just go one measure at a time. So measure number 1 is the A7 chord, and we're doing our standard pattern. And if you look at the tab, we're going to be playing these notes in measure 1. With the A7 chord. So it's the notes are, and you should be familiar with this, 5, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4. That's the first measure. Second measure, we're taking our finger off, and we're doing the A7 sus2 chord, which we've already went over in the quick tips. And this time what we're doing is we're hitting, if you look at the sheet music, we're hitting 2 notes at the same time. We're hitting the 5th string and we're hitting the 2nd string on this A7 sus2 chord to start off. So we're going 5, 2, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4. Once again, 5, 2, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4. That's the second measure. Third measure is we're going back to A7 again. And this time with the A7, instead of just playing the one note to start off, the 5th string, we're playing 2 notes. we're plucking the 5th string and the second string together. A little hard to see. Let me just move this in here. 5th string and 2nd string together. And you could see, if you look at the notes, you could see that there's 2 notes. One is on top of the other. And if you look at the tab, there's 2 notes that are being played together. If you're resisting learning the tab, I really want you to learn this, because this is going to unlock a lot of things for you on the guitar, learning new songs. So this is 5 and 2 together. And then the rest of the pattern exactly like we've been doing. So this is with the third measure, A7. 5 and 2, 5 and 2, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4. That's the third measure. Okay? 4th measure is the A7 sus 4 chord that we learned. And once again, we're starting this measure off with 2 strings, with the 5th string and the 2nd string. Same thing with this A7 sus 4 chord. You'll notice that I keep this finger down here because it makes it easier to play this chord. 5 and 2, 4, 3, 5, 2, 4. Now measures 5 through 8 are identical to measures 1 through 4. You can look on the sheet music and you can see that it's same chord, same pattern, same everything. So if you understand 1 through 4, you automatically understand 5 through 8 because it's the same thing. Now what I'd like to do is let's go real slow and play together. Hope you have your guitar, grab your guitar, because what we're going to do is we're going to play measures 1 through 8. And at the top of each measure, I'll count off the corresponding measure number. So let's count it off. I'll go real slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, measure 3, measure 4, measure 5, 6, 7, 8, back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, finally 8. Then I always like to end off things with maybe a strum, a nice Beatle chord like that. Now I also have a thing called Tux Guitar that you should have downloaded, and rather than tell you all about it, let me just show you what it is, okay? Alright, we're here inside of Tux Guitar, and like the sheet music, we have the chord that's on the top of the measure, plus the notes, plus the tablature. But what also this Tux Guitar program does is that you have an audible guitar that plays along, or any kind of sound you can want. You could adjust it. So let me just play this for you and show you what this sounds like. It's got a count off. And this is the Paul McCartney song that I programmed in here myself. All the notes light up. And you can see down here the fretboard is lighting up where the notes are, and that's very handy sometimes. Also, what you could do is you could loop sections, say you wanted, and I won't do this now, but say you wanted to loop measures 2 to measure 4, there's a way to just continuously going back. Of course, the metronome tempo, I have it set at 90 right now, but you could set it to anything you want to go really slow. and that's a great way to build up your speed as well. Just keep moving it up little by little, and you do this by clicking the tempo button. And let me just find out where that is. The tempo button right here, and you could just set it to anything you want. You could set it to 150, and go ahead and hit the play button. So very cool. I have the Tux Guitar program, a link to that. If you just see right here, I'm flashing up, go to this link right here in the video, and that'll take you to a page on my website, and I'll have a link for the Tux Guitar program if you want to download that. Also available, I have a course called Band Simulation, a link to that explains how to use Tux Guitar program if you're having trouble with it, or you want me to teach you that. I have that course available as well too. Okay, so this is going back about 18 years ago with my former manager that I was working with at the time. My manager's big claim to fame was he also managed for about 10 years the great Les Paul, the guitarist that invented the solid body electric guitar. He invented multi-track recording. He invented the Chipmunks. He discovered Sonny and Cher. He was an unbelievable guitarist. He had the act Les Paul and Mary Ford, if you remember, if you're old enough, back in the 50s, that just one #1 hit after another. Anyway, Les Paul was quite an amazing performer, an amazing guitarist. And my manager, who was managing him at the time, set up an interview with Les Paul and Paul McCartney. Now that's where I got this song from. And I went into my manager's studio. This is going back about 18 years ago. And he said, "Bob, check out this TV video that I made." So it was an older style video, an analog video. It was one of those big videos that they used for broadcasting for those the tape machines back then. And sure enough, it's Les Paul and Paul McCartney and sitting down in chairs and kind of just shooting the breeze and whatever. And Paul had a guitar. He had an acoustic Ovation, playing it left-handed, of course. And Paul was playing basically that song, as I recall, that we're learning here.